Eritrea, the journey of nation building. For 30 long years, we fought. Our lands were scarred by the conflict, and our people endured unimaginable hardships. The Eritrean struggle for independence was not just a battle for land, but for identity, dignity, and freedom. We fought not only for ourselves, but for generations yet unborn. And in the process, we became a people united by one common goal: to build our nation from the ashes of war. It started in the 1960s, when the Eritrean people rose against the Ethiopian Empire. For decades, we endured hardship, sacrifice, and pain. But our vision remained clear. Our fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters fought not for themselves, but for the freedom of the generations to come. It was more than a war. It was a movement that would shape the very soul of our nation. From the jungles to the deserts, the people of Eritrea stood resilient, unwavering in the face of overwhelming odds. In 1991, we tasted victory. The independence we longed for was finally ours. Eritrea became a free nation, but the road ahead was not paved with gold. It was paved with blood, sweat, and tears. We faced the daunting task of building a nation from the ground up, forging an identity that would honor the sacrifices of those who came before us. But just as we began to heal, the shadow of war loomed once again. In 1998, our sovereignty was challenged once more. The border war with Ethiopia tested the strength of our resolve. We defended our land, our rights, and our people, even as the world watched in silence. The cost was immense, both in lives lost and in the destruction we faced. Yet, through it all, we never wavered. We fought for our right to exist as a nation. But as we rebuilt, new challenges emerged. The world, rather than offering a hand in solidarity, imposed sanctions on us. Economic hardships, isolation, and international pressure took their toll. These sanctions were not just an assault on our economy, but on our very right to determine our own future. They were meant to weaken us, to force us into submission, but instead, they only strengthened our resolve. But the effects of these sanctions were felt most deeply by the youth. Faced with limited opportunities and an uncertain future, many young Eritreans sought to escape, some to neighboring Ethiopia, others to the far reaches of the world. The promise of a better future, often sold by external powers, lured them into refugee camps, promising opportunities that never materialized. The West, in their pursuit of their own interests, turned a blind eye to the true consequences of their actions. The youth, desperate for change, found themselves caught in a web of broken promises. But what is the true cost of this migration? For every youth that leaves, there is a hole left in our nation's heart. Families are torn apart. Our workforce, our future, is scattered across the globe. Those who made it to the refugee camps were often left to live in squalor, with no clear path forward. Some made it to Europe, but many of them were met with indifference, with struggles of their own. Their dreams of a brighter future were shattered as they became pawns in political games. Eritrea is a nation that was built through sacrifice, through the blood and sweat of our people. But the work is far from over. Nation building is a continuous process, one that requires the contribution of every citizen. The youth of Eritrea have the power to shape our future. You are the architects of tomorrow. Through education, through innovation, through hard work, you hold the key to unlocking Eritrea's potential. What is required is unity. What is required is a commitment to the future of Eritrea, not just for today, but for generations to come. We must turn our eyes to the resources around us, our land, our people, and our resolve. We must focus on education, on technology, on the environment. Our future lies in sustainable development and self-reliance. The Eritrean youth must be the torchbearers of this vision. Eritrea's journey is not easy, but it is ours. The sacrifices made by our people, the blood shed, the lives lost, are not in vain. We must honor them, not through words alone, but through action. The future of Eritrea depends on us all. The youth are the lifeblood of this nation. Rise to the challenge, build your future, and together we will build Eritrea into a nation of prosperity, dignity, and peace. Nation building, a legacy of unity, strength, and vision.
سقوم حلم وزخا أقول